Hi, I'm Dorothy Hendricks, your trainer in communication and presentation skills. Over the last 3 months, we covered a number of topics, staying visible in the workplace, which is really important, especially if you're still working from home and your only communication is going through Zoom, through that little itty bitty camera on your computer. We looked at building confidence. We looked at, building assertive skills. We looked at attitude of gratitude. And we also talked a little bit about where do you put your focus? Where do you put your attention? You've got a vision, you've got a mission. Where should your attention go and how you can keep it there? In the coming months, we're going to be looking at public speaking and presentation skills. So we're going to be looking at the best practices in terms of guidelines. What do you do? How do you do it? Why you do it in speaking and presenting? For many of us, and I'm just not talking about speakers or trainers, but even as managers, supervisors, we're talking to our team, we're talking to our colleagues, our coworkers in the work environment. We have an idea, we have some information, and we think, oh, woohoo, this is so cool. This is going to be great. They're going to love this. Unfortunately, what happens is people aren't necessarily persuaded by what they hear. They are persuaded by what it means to them. Is it relevant? Can I use this? This is good for my team. How can I put this into practice? Ultimately, it comes down to anytime for any of us hear information, you have ideas that somebody else thinks it's great. It only works and is relevant to us if we can see where it means something to us. So what is in it for them? This is why it's so important when it comes to looking at the content, the ideas, the information we want to share, that we craft that content. What we do is we organize what we want to say in small, easy, manageable, easy to chew, manageable chunks of information. And when we've got our information, there are 3 reasons why it's critical that we organize. When we organize our information in those tiny chunks of information, number 1, we make it easy for the other people to understand. We make it easy for our listeners, our colleagues, our team, that audience at the convention that's listening to us, easy to understand. When something is easy to understand, number 2, it's easy to remember. It's easy to remember. And number 3, that makes it easy to put into practice. So then they take this information, this idea, and it helps them reach a conclusion, make a decision, whatever it is, it helps them move forward. So easy to understand. When something is easy to understand, it's easy to remember. And if it's easy to remember, chances are high it's going to be easy to use. Our goal, anytime we're speaking and giving a presentation in the workplace, or any place actually, is to make sure that we help people understand. Our goal is to be there for them, to make sure that when they leave the room in which we had the meeting, that they're leaving with more than what they came in. They've got more information at their fingertips. They've got information that they can use, and they're leaving in a better space and a better place than when they came to the door first to come into the meeting. If you're a comedian, you want to make people laugh. You want them to leave with those belly laughs. If you want to inspire your audience, make sure you motivate them, get your team going. You want to make sure that they're leaving in a happy place and with enthusiasm when they walk back out that door. And if you're giving some highly complicated, maybe scientific data or, some technical information, you want to make sure that people can use that information in the best possible way to make them so that they will be more effective. When they leave, that they'll be more effective in the future than they are right now at this present time. Our goal here as a speaker, as a presenter, is to make sure that people leave with better understanding and greater enthusiasm by what we've said and how we've said it. Until next time, this is Dorothea Hendricks wishing you mountains of success.